really nice. I've never had such safety equipment on my gear. It's fantastic. Ah, the rack and pinion fence system. It's finally here, guys. The DWE7485. Hi guys, and welcome back to the show. Today we are finally unboxing a proper table saw. I realized that I spent more time deliberating the purchase of a table saw than I spent, thinking about buying my own house. So it was just get it over with. This is the DWE7485-QS and it's the replacement for the DW765. The main differences being that it has a smaller blade. This one has a capacity of 65 millimeters. The reduction in blade size is mainly due to regulations about the ratio between the table size and the size of the blade. So as usual, let's not waste any more time and get right down to unboxing this thing.
Luke, I am Nomad Makes.
Now while you sit back and relax and watch me unbox this saw, I'm going to say a few things. This is going to be an unboxing and some first impressions and not a review, even though I can't stop myself from opinionating a bit. As a general rule, I don't do reviews unless I've used the tools in anger.
An adapter and a miter gauge. Anyone want to bet whether or not this has slack in it? Riving knife and dust tube with a dust collection point. Safety equipment. I've never had this on my saws. So in the box there was some warranty papers, instruction manual, the miter gauge, and to be honest I'm a little bit impressed over the fact that there's very little play in it. But of course it's not perfect. However, my main issue with this is visible at once, and it's the fact that there is no positive stop on 90 degrees, which is sad. There's an adapter for the dust connection port, which there on this saw is two of. There is one on the riving knife with the saw guard here, and there's one in the back, of course. For the dust connection port, the inside diameter in the back is 58 millimeters and the outside is about 64 millimeters. Yeah, that would have been too much to hope for. This one is 42 millimeters on the outside and inside diameter of about 36 millimeters. So let's check if it fits my shoe bag. Oh well, that'll be good enough. Ah, the rack and pinion fence system. Push stick.
The fence has a secondary flip-over fence, which is kind of low, and when used in the lowest position it acts as a support for wide stock, and this is really a genius solution.
Check this out. There's absolutely no movement in the fence. It's fantastic. What a fantastic new world. You know, it's... There's of course two measurements on the tape here for the different fence setups, and as you can see, there's micro adjustments here. Well, as a left-handed person, or southpaw as the Americans call it, the measurements here on the gauges, there's no gauge for using the fence on the left, which is a little bit sad. It's quite quick access to remove the insert plate here. Just this screw, and there's like a knob on the, it's not a knob, but there's latch here on the back. It's easy to get out. There's also, I don't know if you can see it down here, but there's a nylon skirt. So I guess that will help with dust collection. There's plenty of space for a grooving blade. The spanners for taking on and off or for changing the saw blade, they are attached to the back of the saw. As far as I can see, the table is perfectly level. Yeah, that's great. The setup of the fence relative to the miter tracks seems to be close to perfect.
Getting the blade square was fairly easy, however I would have liked a micro adjustment on the tilt.
So this is the first time ever for me starting this saw. Wow, did you hear that brake kick in? It stopped the blade like boom. Let's try it again. So it goes boom. I didn't even know there was a function for that. But it's noisy! Oh my god, it is noisy. So I guess we have to measure the noise a bit, even though everyone knows that DeWALT saws are not known for being quiet. So this is more or less the same distance that I've measured my other things with. It's more, yeah. So the background noise is averaging around 39 decibels. Wow, so about 95.6 decibels in average. Is it, well, 95.8. It's officially my loudest machine until now. That's 100 decibels! That's it! It's the saw, 2 shop vacs,
and the filtration unit. It's a noisy workshop. Now I'm cutting the power to the saw.
I'm also cutting the power to the filtration unit. Now what happens when I'm turning the saw or the power back on? You can hear the shop vac starting up. You can see that the saw is not starting. So the switch is designed so if you get a power cut, the saw won't start up again automatically when the power starts. You have to physically press the button. We finally put the quick off button on these saws. You have to try a few dado cuts, right?
So cutting a dado works perfectly. Now let's try to do a rebate cut.
Changing the riving knife is just a dream. There's a quick release on the second riving knife and it's tucked in between or on the side of the saw here. It's quite genius. And here on the left side of the saw you can see this knob here. It's a quick release for the riving knife. So a couple of twists and a pull on that and you can change the knife. 3 turns to release it, and then a pull, and the knife is off. Wow, that's fantastic. I guess this one could be put back here, right? How fantastic is that? I know I said this wouldn't be a review, and it's not, but let's do a quick summary of the pros and cons, as I see it, after having owned this saw for just a short while. So let's talk about the cons with this saw. I would have loved to see a ruler that measured when you're using the fence on the left side. there's still too much slack in the miter gauge, and there are no positive stops on it. And you should at least have positive stops on the most used angles, like 0, 45, 30 and so on. It's a little bit sad that they haven't made a little wheel to adjust the tilting of the saw blade. And I would have loved to see a 0 insert plate as an accessory that followed the pack with this saw. Now let's talk about the pros. First of all, the fence system. It is hands down the best fence system out there on these kind of saws, or the job site saws, in my honest opinion. And if you're a southpaw like me, or a left-handed user, then the saws with this kind of fence system, the rack and pinion fence system, being the DeWALT saws and the Milwaukee saw, I think, is hands down the best saw on the market for you. I've looked at, you haven't looked at all, but I've looked at so many saws, and this is the best if you are left-handed. The quick change of a riving knife, I mean, it's a couple of turns on a knob, you pull it out and you can change it, you know. And it's a really important safety feature because it will make more people use the saw guard instead of only using the riving knife, because it's easy to change, right? The quick stop on the saw is just a fantastic feature. It goes boom and the saw blade stops. It's also very important safety wise. The saw was perfectly set up out of the box. I could have used it like that. The only thing that I had to set up was the insert plate, and that really didn't take long. Then there's all the little things about the saw. Like, everything has its own place. See there's a space for this miter gauge back here. We've got the spanners for the saw blade. There's a space for the push stick inside on the side of the fence here. The fence clips off and tucks down underneath. There's a space for the second riving knife. The riving knife with the dust hood also goes here. And those are just the small things that they managed to fix. And I can imagine that if you're having to lug this around, then it would be really nice as well. And finally, there's the skirt down here that allows for better dust collection, and the fact that you have 2 dust collection points, which is awesome. And finally, I'd like to say, you know, there are these tools that does the job, but you just simply hate the setup of them, or they're just no fun to use, you know. But you have to use them because, I mean, it's the only tool you have for that job or whatever. But this saw, I just instantly loved almost every aspect of it, you know. So it's like it just becomes your friend, you know. I mean, your drunk, very noisy friend, but still your friend, right? Anyway, guys, that is my first impressions of the DeWALT DWE7485-QS. So that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. You'll find a Patreon link and Amazon links to products I use and recommend below. Cheers, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.